This is very important question I want to ask you, Anish. Who do you think? Because there are all the people talking about this, but you have played the candidates. You know what the pressure is like, and you know who is the favorite here. Also, I'm going to put up the next round's pairings here so that we have an idea. So these are the pairings of the 13th and 14th round which are left. Uh, what is your feeling? Do you think Hikaru? Do you think Nepo? Do you think Gukesh? Or do you think Fabi has an outside chance considering he's now flowing, sort of?
I think Fabi's chances are much better than people would expect. Fabi is very much on the menu. He's got this last round shot, right? He's got the last round shot.
He has to play Nepo, yes.
Yes. And you have to understand. So let's see the pairings, Sagar. Show us the pairings. We have to understand a few things. I want to talk to you about the pairings. A few important things. Show us the pairings.
So these are the pairings.
Let me run through a few important pairings. So no matter what, in the last round, Fabiano if Fabiano is not going to win the next game, which is probably not happening. So look, Prague already lost the chances, right?
Yes.
Although, wait,
no, Prague
there is a scenario. Can you show us the standing once again? Prague can score 2 out of 2.
6 points. Now, then 7.5 guy will definitely reach 8.5. One of them.
Yeah. So Prague is out.
Prague has no chance.
So that means that Prague is not going to, and okay, there is money at stake, yeah? 3,500 euro
for every half point. So if you score 2 out of 2, you are winning $14,000.
Yes, but what I mean is draw is also 3,500. So what I mean is Prague has no incentive to just to burn himself, right, and just lose. So Prague is going to play normal. When Prague plays normal with white, he is not likely to lose. Yeah. So Fabi is most likely to make a draw.
Okay.
Also, his game with Gukesh was a draw with black. He didn't get a chance. So most likely that game is a draw. Nepo against Hikaru. Nepo, he has this coasting mode thing very often. And when he's in a coasting mode, he cannot play for a win. Now, he might get a little bit tilted seeing that others caught him, but I think he won. So most likely that game is also a draw. Yeah, so let's assume that these two games are drawn, okay? Let's assume it.
So Nepo goes to 8, Hikaru goes to 8, and Fabi goes to 7.5.
7.5. Let's put Gukesh on hold for now. Let's put Gukesh on hold. So let's look at the last round situation in that case. So Fabi, Nepo is a must win for Fabi, right?
Yes. And he has
That's
white.
in any case.
He has white.
He's white. So, and if Fabi wins that game, Hikaru... let's put Gukesh on
Fabi goes ahead of Nepo because Nepo is on 8.
Yes.
Fabi goes to 8.5.
Yes, but Hikaru, if Hikaru draws 2 games, will be shared then with Fabi.
Yes.
In that scenario.
8.5.
Yes. Now, you have to understand. So if Gukesh is going to make a draw in the round 13, then let's say all the relevant games are drawn in round 13. Let's imagine that. Then we have a very clear situation for last round. We have Hikaru playing Gukesh and Fabi playing Nepo. Fabi in the must win. Hikaru playing Gukesh with white, very pragmatic Hikaru. As usual, no real big opening ideas. Never had Hikaru, never big, never with white. With white, never anything huge. Gukesh solid, Berlin, he can play. Berlin he plays. Hikaru, never anything. Like he can play some position, but nothing revolutionary ever. He likes to play some position.
Gukesh cannot play very solid. Yeah, like he goes knight g7 with Nepo.
No, he will. Gukesh will play for this game. Will play solid. Yeah. Berlin. Against Hikaru is fine. No. Hikaru will basically go for draw. That's clear to me in that situation. Because Hikaru wants a rapid tiebreak.
Correct.
Right? Hikaru wants a rapid tiebreak. Hikaru will go for a draw and will hope that Nepo doesn't win with black. Which is possible, of course, because Fabi might overpress. So Hikaru maybe will play a little bit, but it's hard to play a little bit, yeah? I mean, you play Gukesh, you don't play, your uncle or something, yeah? You play Gukesh, so it's not so easy. So what we are expecting, what we have to realize is actually then, if Gukesh makes a draw in round 13, he will probably get an easy game in round 14 and get the tiebreak. But the problem for Gukesh is he doesn't want the tiebreak, maybe.
Also, Gukesh with white against Firuza, I think he will go all out. No?
I think basically Gukesh's decision should be, does he mind the tiebreak? Because if he gets a draw with Alireza, most likely there will be a tiebreak.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. So this is the decision now.
Unless Caruana beats Prag.
Yeah, but then anyway tiebreak most likely.
No, but then Caruana also beats
then
Nepo and
no,
he
no,
just
then no. If Fabio already beats Prague, he'll be so thrilled, he'll make a draw with Nepo.
With
just
white.
Somehow.
With white.
Yeah, somehow. Not from start.
So my question is, you feel all the players, if they have the tiebreak easily in hand, they go for it rather than going for the sole first position?
Not all. Those who are chasing always dream of tiebreak. That's a famous psychological thing.
Fabi said yesterday also. If I get a tiebreak, I'll be very happy.
Exactly. So Fabi wants a tiebreak. Hikaru was chasing throughout the whole tournament. He wants the tiebreak. He also is a good and rapid blitz. Nepo has been leading. So he's a little bit tilted, and the one who was leading doesn't want the tiebreak usually. But he has black with Fabi, so nobody asks him what he wants. He just has to survive. Guki basically wants to win the white game against Alireza, regardless. That's clear. He wants to win the next game. But not at all cost. He will not burn all the bridges. So if Guki beats Alireza, last round Hikaru has to beat him.
Yes, which is possible, right? Like Hikaru with
very
white
possible.
Can really press.
Yeah, that would be epic. So if we could have a situation where Hikaru has to beat Guki and Fabi has to beat Nepo.
Yes. And if they both do it, then both the Americans reach the top, but Hikaru is half a point ahead. So
yes, it depends on situation. If Fabi makes only a draw, and then so it depends. It's also possible that Nepo beats Hikaru in round 13.
Oh yes.
It's possible that Nepo beats Hikaru in round 13, Fabi makes a draw, and then Hikaru beats Gukesh in the last, and Gukesh makes a draw. Hikaru beats Gukesh last round, Fabi beats Nepo last round, and then they all share. It's also possible.
Yes, all can. But tell me this, according to you, of all the 4 players who have a chance, who is playing the best chess right now in terms of quality?
In terms of quality, I think throughout the entire event, it's Gukesh, of course. Fabi, of course, also very high level. But the thing is with Fabi, his base level is so high that it will be always high. Like Fabi, he's always going to play high level chess. Like it's just, he's just, seasoned professional. For his standards, Fabi is playing a little bit
uninspired difficult chess, no? He's playing a little uninspired.
He's under pressure. He's playing like a guy who is great, but is under pressure. Like Carlsen plays World Championship matches the same way. Like a very strong player that is under pressure, so he cannot show his full potential. But he's still very, very strong. And he's still doing everything right. He's preparing. He's doing all the things. He's like Carlsen in World Championship matches, exactly like that. He's still getting all these points, but it's so difficult, and it's not how it is when he's on a roll. But it still could be good enough. But it's currently not. Gukesh, of course, throughout the whole tournament showed the most stable chess. Hikaru in the second half has been very good.
Yes.
Hikaru only games with Vidit were bad. The rest is good.
Yesterday, his game with Firuza was very good quality, and apart from like few moves where he lost his advantage, from opening, the way he sacked the pawn and this calculation with Queen D7, I was like, wow, like he's thinking like a machine.
Exactly. Hikaru played very well apart from the games with Vidit. The games with Vidit were disaster, but somehow this is okay. It happened, somehow. But Hikaru's shown very high level. Nepo, of course, very shaky.
Yes, Nepo looks the most shaky, in this event. Very shaky. Still he's at the lead. Like what? How is it?
Okay, that game with Vidit was, it was out of his... He was totally tilted in that game. Yeah, you could see. Like afterwards, he was at press conference. He was showing variations. And at some point, he just said, I was just tilted. He was making moves. And he's a very good player, amazing player. Everything is right. Great. By the way, his fighting spirit is amazing. Like that game, it started to go wrong. At one point, he could play safe. He just kept pushing for a win, while being a leader already. That decision to me was very, very not obvious.
But I thought Vidit was pushing, no, for a win. Like he didn't repeat.
No, Nepo was pushing. Vidit, of course, was pushing, but Nepo also was pushing for a win. He
At
was
which
playing for a
point?
win the entire time.
Entire time, you think?
Yes. He was playing for a win the entire time. It's clear from his play. He just didn't look back. From the opening, he got advantage. Then things were getting out of control. He was just kept playing for a win without looking back. Even when Vidit was repeating moves in better position for a move, then Nepo said, fortunately, he didn't repeat again. Don't know if you watched the press conference.
Yeah.
He wanted to win the whole time. So Nepo's got the spirit, he's got the skill, but of course,
Also
he is emotional,
tiredness. He
nervous.
looks a little tired
Yeah.
also.
Yes, of course. But there is a rest day though.
Hmm.
White with Hikaru, yeah, it's nice, but last game is hard. Black with Fabi, who is in must win last round, hard.
Nepo has the toughest pairing, no? He has Hikaru and Fabi.
For sure.
And also Hikaru has kind of Nepo and Gukesh. Fabi has Prag and Nepo.
The easiest pairing by far is Gukesh.
Yes.
But I think Gukesh is the biggest underdog in a tiebreak.
You mean
Do you agree here?
Got it.
I think he wants tiebreak the least, and he should want it the least. Do you agree? I think he has no such track record in rapid. He has some good rapid tournaments,
I remember
of course,
in
not the record
WR
of Hikaru.
Masters, if you remember,
Yes,
there was a rapid playoff
played well.
with Levon, Nepo, and
Yes.
Gukesh. And actually, Gukesh beat Nepo there, one game.
Yes, he did beat Nepo, but he did lose to Levon.
He lost to Levon. Yes.
He also, in the Tata Steel tiebreak in Blitz, he lost to me first game, then he beat me in the next two games, but then he lost to VE.
Yes.
So in tiebreaks, he does okay, but he hasn't won one. Hikaru, of course, tiebreak is his...
But tell me, Hikaru losing to Prague in rapid playoffs in World Cup was a big surprise to me, which showed that he can be, fallible, like in...
Of course, but that game, of course, was mostly he lost a piece in the opening, yeah? It was some sort of an opening disaster. Of course, anyone can lose. I'm just saying that, let's say, if Gukesh plays Hikaru in tiebreak, let's just say, I give Gukesh 35, let's say 1 in 3 he will win, maybe 1 in 3, 35% chance more or less, which is fine, but he's an underdog, right? Then this is more or less how I see the situation between Gukesh and Hikaru in tie. Just given the track record, World Rapid and Blitz, Gukesh hasn't been doing as well as Hikaru. Everything, this whole Title Tuesday business, Champions Chess Tour. Gukesh had some good Champions Chess Tours, of course, but Hikaru, of course, has insane track record.
Yeah.
Hikaru has, and Nepo is also good Rapid and Blitz. Fabi is okay also. From all these 4 people, I think Gukesh is not by far, of course, but very slightly an underdog. So he won the tiebreak list, but he has the easiest pairing because I think he has White against Alireza. And I think that last round game with Hikaru, very likely that game, Hikaru will not go after him. You understand? He might get an easy ride there. This is a nice thing.
This is such an exciting analysis, Anish. I feel very thrilled that what will happen, and also the fact that anyone can win this tournament makes it so exciting. And if you had to choose your favorite, is there anyone you would put your money on at this point?
You mean so who I want or who I think will most likely?
Both. Are they the same or they are different for you?
Let me remind myself, because on my Twitter account, I posted today my deep analysis. I'm doing I'm doing deep analysis where I'm giving. Oh yeah, I put Gukesh as 33% chance, Nakamura 27% chance, Nepo 25%, Fabi 15. I think Gukesh is the favorite. I explained to you that he has the easiest pairing.
Yeah.
The way things are going, Alireza is a tremendous player, but he is in such a shaky form. If you see his games closely, he creates a mess, of course. No, but that's the problem. Like, he invites a mess, and then he was not able to handle that mess. How many times he miscalculated as compared to his opponents? Like, you have to see the games. So many miscalculations. Mostly because positions are difficult, but he is creating them himself, So he will do again the same thing, I guess. He will again create a mess, and will again very likely miscalculate something. But he did beat Gukesh in the previous half. Yes. But I do expect that in round 13, Nepo Hikaru, most likely draw. Prague Fabi, most likely draw. Gukesh Alireza, of course, Gukesh is the most likely player to win from all the three leaders. So that's why I give Gukesh better chances because of the game against, because of the round 13. If all the games end in round 13, we'll go to round 14. Then situation changes. Then Hikaru becomes a favorite for me. Because the game Hikaru Gukesh, I think more likely Hikaru will win than lose, but probably draw. And then in tiebreak, I take Hikaru over Gukesh. While Fabi against Nepo, with all due respect, doesn't matter actually whoever wins that game. I mean, if Fabi wins or draw, he only reaches the tiebreak. So Hikaru still is the favorite. But with round 13 still left to play, Gukesh is my favorite right now, given this game with Alireza.
Thank you, Anish, for this very detailed analysis. Anish,